Alright guys, welcome back to another Runeterra video. Hope you guys are enjoying the game so far. And the positive part is I'm seeing like a lot of my friends, they're playing the game and they like it a lot. Like a lot of my Magic the Gathering friends, as well as Hearthstone friends. Yeah, they absolutely love the game. I think like one of the part that I enjoy the game the most is it's free to play basically. Now, today I'm going to share with you like the three most important thing for any new beginner. So, if you have been playing the game for less than a week, uh, the game like launches like 6 days. You might want to check all these different points that I'm going to make. Now, the first point that is very important is that as a new player, you don't want to craft just simply craft any heroes. Now, I do understand that when you look at the heroes and they look back at you and you feel like I just got to craft it. Please do not do that, because what happened is that if you just randomly craft a few cards and it doesn't work out, then you will not have a competitive deck and you will need to like start to buy cards and all those. Like when Riot designed this game, it's perfectly okay if you craft it well, and for every week that you play you should be able to build one deck. So patience is the key. So by right now, after week 1, you should be able to have a tier 1 deck by now. So I am going to explain to you like which are the hero that you should craft and which are hero that you do not need to craft after I finish my other 2 points. So the first point is be very careful of what heroes that you want to craft, especially if you are playing competitive, because some heroes are good in ladder and some are really fun to play with. But when it comes to competitive, like there are a few heroes that is absolutely is a must to craft. So if you are planning to go competitive, just wait for a while before I cover those heroes that's what we consider as a tier 1. Now, the second part that I have a lot of people that ask me is, which is my second point, is about the reward system. All right, so today is day 7. Oh, it has been a week. So like when you come to this login screen, basically as long as you log in every day, you are able to get something. So like that's the cool part for what do you call Runeterra. So basically you just log in, then you're able to claim something. All right, so this one, after you claim, now keep in mind that every day you have this quest. All right, and every win, the first win is you have 400, 200 and 100. So you are able to re-roll. So let's say if you do not like to play this, you can just click this one and it will re-roll. So by now I bet like a lot of you have know about this. If you are wondering why your card collection is getting slow and how to try to get more cards, the best way and probably like the only way is to come to click on this weekly vault. So it's like every week, once you hit like level 12, all right, you are able to collect 3 diamond chests. Now this diamond chest is huge, so it gives you like 1 champion wildcard and 1 expedition token, and also a lot of great stuff. So this is like the primary source of extra cards that you're able to get every single week. All right, then another thing that you will need to pay attention is this, is here. You have shards and you have coins. So if you do not spend any cash, you won't be able to get coins, but you still be able to get all the cards by using shards. My personal recommendation is, before you craft a card, use up all your wild cards. So shards is more precious compared to wild cards, because like shards are able to convert into any type of cards. Now for shards, my recommendation to you is try to use it on champion wildcard. So 3,000 is for 1 champion wildcard. Do not like spend shards on epic if it's possible. So if you do this right, you should have enough champion wild cards, because those are easier to get. Sorry, I mean like the other cards are easier to get. Okay. And basically the whole leveling up system, what it does is every game, every time when you play a game, all right, you can play against player either on ladder or let's say if you intend to play, so you can play on rank or in normal mode. So it's like rank is ladder, normal is just casual. It doesn't matter which mode that you play, you will still be able to get the experience. So then there's one way to get extra experience. So the experience that you get will be to level up this thing, to level up your rewards here. All right. So the more experience, you're able to get more cards. So you can play against AI as well. So I think every day, like if you win the first 5 games and you lose the first 5 games, you are able to get some bonus EXP. So what people does is every day that some of them they just log in, play with a friend, then keep surrendering. So then you'll get a lot of free points. So even if like today you do not plan to commit any time to this game, you can just log in with your friend, just spend 1 minute to keep surrendering, and you will still be able to level up your rewards and get cards. So like why a lot of people are saying that this game is so free to play friendly is because of this reason. Similarly, if you are not familiar with card game and you seem to be losing a lot of your games, well, the first thing you can do is you can just see some of the decks that I've been preparing for you, but in other videos. But then you can also play with the AI. So when you play against the AI, you will get some experience point as well. So all these experience point, mainly it is to, number 1, level up your vault. All right. So, and number 2, you can level up your chest. So this is like a progression. So part 2, when it comes to region, all right, this is part 3. So part 3, the question will be, which region should I activate first and which one should be last? So there are like 7 regions. Now, assume that you are a new player, this is what I'm going to suggest to you. I will, if you are free to play and you are a new player, I would suggest you to go Shadow Owl first, level up to 12, Noxus 12, then go to Piltover P and Z 12. And why is it that it's because like initially when you join the game, you will have one of these decks. Okay, so it's a what do you call, it's a spider deck. All right, so with spider deck is quite powerful, which you can turn it into something like this, which I use it to climb to master rank. So even at the basic level, the first deck that you have and it's able to reach minimum platinum, it's a Shadow Owl and Noxus deck. So if you do not intend to spend any money on the game, the first deck that you should try and ladder up, this will be the deck that I recommend. So for these 2 regions, sorry, it's not this one. This is my version. I strongly recommend it. Like even I was testing it a few games 2 days ago, and it still does good. All right. So that will be the first 2 region. Now, the third region will be P and Z, and let me explain to you why. So this will be the first region. You can get it to 12, then head over to P and Z for 12. Now, the cool thing about P and Z is P and Z, a lot of decks uses P and Z because of the removal. So for P and Z, you are able to there are so many deck choices. For example, like this one is like the first one, which is P and Z and Noxus. All right, so you have Noxus, P and Z, you are able to build Ezreal. So this is definitely a tier 1 deck. All right, so after going Noxus, you can go P and Z. Then if you like control or you like freeze mage, you can go into this deck. Then the second deck is still the same Noxus and P and Z, but it is a aggro deck. Do I have the aggro deck with here? No, I don't have the aggro deck, but yeah, it's not this, but I have it in my video. So another version, or it's this one. Yeah, so the another version that you can build with PNZ and Noxus is aggro deck, and aggro uses Draven as well. So by crafting Draven, and you're able to play like two different kind of decks. So which is why I'll recommend PNZ as the third. Now, for the fourth, fifth, and sixth, it will be up to you, because by that point, probably you are quite okay, and you understand the game a little better. So you can go back to head to like Shadow Owl or something. Now, another thing that I would like to add on is that usually for the rewards, all right, for the rewards, it will be try to level up 4 in 4. So it's like, for example, it's like right now I'm at 12, 13, 14, 15, 13, 14, 15, sorry, right now I'm at 13, all right. So it's like 14, 15, 16. So every 4 intervals, you get a good stuff. So it's like 17, 18, 19, 20, all right. So yeah, every 4, so which is why like you try to level up a region into like 12, 16, or 20, all right, kind of something like that. That's the idea. Now, so these are the 3 points that I would like to like to recap. Number 1, heroes, do not craft the wrong champion, right? And number 2 is like you need to play different games. Like you can just log in, don't play any games, just surrender with friends. Then you are able to get shards and experience. All right. So, and the third will be which are the region that you can consider to level up if you are a new player. Now, finally, I'm going to give you my point of view. Like, what are the decks? What are the heroes that I would recommend to craft if you are a new player? All right. Okay, Fizz so far not too impressive. There are a few casual decks and some tier 2. So wouldn't recommend. Teemo wouldn't recommend. Elise, initially you have 2 Elise. You don't need to craft the third one for the spider deck. Unless you feel comfortable with the spider deck, then you can go. Lucian appears in in a hyper aggressive deck, and I do not recommend you to craft Lucian at the early stage, because I would recommend like other champions, so that you have a feel. Brown, you have a feel for the game first. Brown, no. So far there's not a very competitive deck around Brown. It appears in some Poro decks. Draven and Ezreal, I would recommend to craft Ezreal and Draven. Probably they are at the S tier levels, and also Fiora. These 3 are so good, all right, and they appear in so many different kind of decks. Kalista, not really. It's okay. Katrina, sorry, it's not Katrina. Katarina doesn't really appear. Doesn't see much tournament play. Miss Fortune recently is really strong with Fiora decks, because she's just quite impressive. Yeah. So far she has been one of the most impressive new cards. Zed initially, when you're a new player, you should have 2 of this. If you look at like I only have 2 of this. Zed appears in a Demacia Ionia elusive combo deck. Ashe, I didn't have any, but just now the game just give me 2 with the new deck. Next, Jinx. All right, Jinx. It also initially when you start the game you have this. So you notice like most of the champion that I'm having right now is what the initial champions are. Maokai, I crafted 3 of this because I personally feel that I would like to try a Maokai deck, but I do not recommend you guys to, especially new players, to try, because it is a very specific deck that works in a certain way, and you need to craft 3 more other heroes. Shen, please do not craft this card. It appears in some tournament decks, but do not craft other. I would recommend you to craft other first. Twisted Fate, there are a few really good decks, but it's still yet to prove itself. But I think it will be. But I would recommend Astral before Twisted Fate. But Twisted Fate, it shows really promising. Yasuo, not really. There he appears in a few tier 2 decks, but it's not really tier 1. Gangplank so far haven't seen much. Garen, do not need to craft this. I think initially you were. I do not. It only appears in the Masha one specific deck, and then it's a question like those decks is either like my deck I play Queen instead of Garen, so it's like it fits in the same slot. Heimer is a nice card, but it's sometimes it's a tier 1 tier 2, so it appears in quite a lot of deck. It's the same as Karma, so these are like powerhouses. Swain, recently there are a few decks that's based on Swain, Queen as well. So yeah, but not to the power level of Draven or something like that. And Trash appear in some deck just as a one-off and things like that. V, recently there are a few decks based on V. She's strong. Vladimir, not really. Darius do not need to craft. Initially the game will give you 2, that's good enough. Hecarim, after the nerf, Hecarim used to be like the #1 card in the game when the health is like 4-6 and summon 3-2. But right now, no, you don't need to. Lee Sin, there are like a few decks. No, but I do not recommend to craft. Lux, no, it appears in 1 or 2 decks, but still it's too niche. Shadrani so far haven't been impressive. To be honest, I haven't seen much people play Shadrani, so wouldn't recommend. Anivia appears as a one-off in some decks, usually in a control, in a SI Fresh Lock control. I do not recommend at this stage, unless you plan to build that deck. Nautilus combos a lot with the Maokai, with the Maokai deck. All right, so far the both of them forms a deck on its own. Then Tridemir just one off in some decks will do. Yeah. So in short, if because I do not, these are the cards that I craft and I do take part in tournaments and all those. So in the previous patch, Karma is like the #1. Astro is #1, Draven, Elise, Fiora, Zeds. So the thing with champion is if you craft them and you regret it, then you will you just wasted like 1 week of your time, because unless you are to pay and buy for it. So, and again, these are my take on champions. The game is still, I mean, the patch is still really young at 1 week, so they might have some changes and all those. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoy it, and thanks for watching. If you want to craft a hero and you're not sure if it's worth it, you can just drop a comment, then I will try to explain to you. I'll try to explain to you whenever I see it. All right, so thanks and enjoy the game. See ya.